Okay, hello guys. Good evening. This is our February week 2. Okay, yes, hello Carl and hello Zihan. And hey, there's the two of you today. Uh, right, so what are we doing today? So I think we finished our chapter 1 last week. Okay, we finished our chapter 1. So we will jump into chapter 3. This is your February notes. You might say, hey, sir, what about chapter 2? Because chapter 2, we have finished this last year end already. Okay, the digestion chapter, we have finished last year end. So don't worry, we will repeat this for your revision next time. Okay, if you miss this, is okay. Right, so we jump straight into chapter 3. Right, any of you learned this in school already? Any of you learned this in school? This would be our circulatory system. That would be our heart. Okay, you learned this already? You finished this already? Have you finished this in school? You will learn about your blood, all right? And we will learn about your vessel as well. So very interesting chapter, okay? Also quite a technical chapter, quite a difficult chapter. Oh, wow, finish, wow, so fast. Oh, Zihan, you haven't, Okay, then that's good, that's good. Right, so count just treat this as a revision, when did you learn this anyway? Was it recently or was it long ago? Oh, year 7. Wow, year 7, you guys are learning this already? Then, okay lah, maybe mine will be a bit more detailed lah. I don't know lah, maybe it will. Okay, so we shall see how. Okay, maybe this has some add-on stuff on it. Right, so by the way, this is chapter 3, circulatory system. Yes, Gabriel, hello. We are in our February notes. Right, so this is our circulatory system. Okay, the human circulatory system. Okay, so what is the circulatory system? Basically, that's your blood going around your body. Okay, hello. Do you have the February notes with you? This is the February notes. Right, so this is your blood going around your body. I want you to think this way. I want you to think this way. This is like the highway system on your body, right? You know, when you look at maps, when you look at our KL maps, okay, wait, hang on, why is my connection broken? Uh, okay, where did my screen go? Okay, anyway, so if you look at your KL map, can you see all these roads going around? Right, can you see all these roads going around? So your circulatory system is exactly like it. You see these vessels going around, that is your circulatory system, right? They are your roads and highways of your body. Okay, so the circulatory system transports substances around your body. So what are all these roads for? They are to carry things to around your body, right? To carry oxygen and nutrient to your cell and to carry waste product away, which is our next point. The human circulatory system has two important functions. Okay, two important functions. Number one is to carry substances needed by your cell. Every cell needs oxygen and nutrient, right? Right? Hey guys, you think about this, you have trillions of cells in your body, trillions. This circulatory system, your circulatory system, they will make sure every one of your cell got what they want. They get what they want. You get what I mean? So because you see, if your cell lacks oxygen just for a few minutes, if you cut off oxygen supply just for a few minutes to your cell will die. Right? Your cell will die. So to not let this happen, your body needs to keep giving material to your cells without breaking. So that's a challenge to do, isn't it? So your cells need oxygen and nutrient. What is this for? This is to produce energy through cellular respiration, right? Your body needs this to produce energy, all right? And this is what we call respiration. I think you learned this in year 7 already. Okay, in your year 7, when you take glucose and oxygen, you will get carbon dioxide and water. This whole process is called respiration, right? This is called cellular respiration. And this energy is used for living processes in organism. Okay, you need this energy. And then of course, after you do respiration, okay, I'll write this here. You take glucose and oxygen, you will produce carbon dioxide and water. And these two, they are waste product, right? These two, they are waste product and they are toxic to the body. So your body will also eliminate these toxic waste from the cell in the organism to the external environment. You will throw it to the external environment. Toxic waste product that fail to be eliminated from the cells will poison and kill the organism concerned, right? So if these two, they are in your body, especially carbon dioxide, if you have too much carbon dioxide in your body, you will die, right? So your respiratory system, like I said, has two functions. One is to give you these two. One is to take away these two, right? They are like what? They are like your Shopee delivery truck and your rubbish truck. You see, your Shopee delivery truck, they will deliver things you want to you. And your garbage truck, every night or every afternoon, the garbage truck will come to your house and take your rubbish away, right? So that's their job. Okay, that's their job, to take rubbish away, to deliver nutrient to you. That's what they are doing. All right, so this is your human circulatory system. And your circulatory system has three components. Okay, it has three components. Number one is the pump. That would be your heart. Okay, this is your heart because they need to pump blood around the body. And then you need the vessels, which is the pipe. And you need a medium, which is the blood. Right? This is a lot like your fish tank system. Guys, do you have an aquarium at home? Do you have an aquarium at home? If you want an aquarium at home, you need to buy three things. You need a pump, and you need pipes. You need pipes that go around the pump to go around the aquarium, and then you need blood, which is the water, right? You need an electric pump, you need pipes, and you need water so that the aquarium system can keep going. The same thing, You need the pump, which is the heart. You need the heart. You need the blood vessel, which is these vessels here, and you need the blood, which is the thing going inside. So you need all these three things. Right, guys, just a fun fact. Okay, let's go to the heart, shall we? Let's go to the heart, shall we? See if we can settle this today. Right, guys, pay attention here. This is a very technical stuff to study. Carl, did you memorize this last year? Did you memorize what is the vena cava, the pulmonary artery, the pulmonary vein, and then your aorta? Did you memorize this last year? Basic ones, yes. Then did you learn the name of the rooms? Oh no, no wonder. Okay, so this is the add-on. Okay, this is the add-on. You might say, so I learned this for what? Because next time when you go year 10, when you go year 10 and you take biology, you have to memorize this also. Oh, you mean left and right wing. Okay, this is a very simple. Okay, by the way, let me introduce the heart first. Your heart is a muscle. Your heart is a muscle, just like your muscle here. Okay, just like this muscle, your heart is also a muscle. So how do you strengthen? Okay, let me ask this, guys. How do you strengthen your muscle? How do you strengthen your muscle? How do you make your muscle stronger? Anyone? Anyone? It's free, by the way. It's free, by the way. How do you make your muscle stronger? Anyone? Zhan, are you there? Gabriel, are you there? So how do you make your heart stronger? How do you make your muscle stronger? Yes, that's correct. You make your muscle stronger by working out. All right, you lift weights to make your muscle stronger, right? So how do you make your heart stronger? Exercise lah. Exercise lah. And not just any exercise, we call it cardiovascular exercise. Do you know what is cardiovascular exercise? The exercise you do that makes you go out of breath, right? The thing that will make you go like that. Those are cardiovascular exercise, like cycling, jogging, if whether on a treadmill or not, Okay, same thing. Walking, swimming. Yes, swimming. All these things that makes you goes out of breath. Those are cardiovascular exercise. The more you do this, the stronger your heart becomes. And if your heart is such a strong muscle, if your heart is very strong, that makes you to have good stamina, right? Makes you to have good stamina. Difference between cardio and neuromuscular. Oh, neuromuscular is when you use your nerve to control your muscle. That is lifting weight. That is lifting weight. Cardio is about the endurance of your muscle. How good are you at something endurance, right? So, okay, guys, do you exercise? Do you exercise? Do you have good stamina? Right? If let's say you're a couch potato, let's say you don't exercise. If you're a couch potato, if you were to go exercise with your friend who's a football player, he runs like 10 kilometers per day, well, there's no competition. There's no competition. Within the few minutes you are running, you are running out of breath, you're panting like crazy already, and your friend just looks at you, what's wrong? I don't feel anything. That's the cardio lah. That's how good you are if you do cardio a lot. Right. Guys, have you noticed this? Okay, do you have what do you call that? The marathon thing in your school. Do you guys have marathon in school? If I'm not mistaken, every secondary school they will have some sort of marathon every year one, right? Because my school used to have. Right, so or no, you don't. Right, so have you tried running a marathon before? If you are a very physically unfit person, what happens when you start running, you will feel there's a sharp pain coming from your abdomen. This part. This part. Have you noticed this? When you start running and you just feel there's a sharp pain coming from there. And then after a few, okay, so what do you do next? Then you stand there and you pant. You're like, and then after a while, the pain is not there anymore, right? And then you start running again. Oh my God, here comes the pain again. So what happens there? That is when your cardiovascular fitness is not very good. Yes, for the appendix, that when your cardio is not very good, when your heart cannot supply enough oxygen to your cells, that's what happens. That's a very big telltale sign you are not very fit. You're a couch potato. So what do? Exercise more, lor. Right? Exercise more, lor. Guys, if you really want to train yourself, if you say, sir, I'm sick of being so unfit, I'm sick of being so fat, I want to change. Then good. What do? You start slowly. Maybe today you walk 6,000 steps, right? You gradually, you slowly increase the intensity. You don't just say, oh my God, I'm going to be a marathon runner. There I go. Okay, first day, I'm going to run 6 kilometers. You will die, right? You will collapse on the road. So please don't be stupid, okay? You want to become fit, you slowly become fit. This is the same thing as going to the gym. You want to build some muscle, you go to the gym, you lift lightweight first, and then you do something called progressive overload. You slowly lift heavier. You don't just go to the gym one day and then you lift the heaviest dumbbell. You say, screw this, I'm gonna lift that 50 kilo dumbbell. Well, we can try. This is how you tear your muscle, right? So just common sense, right? So your heart is a muscle. The more you train it, the more you exercise it, the better it becomes, right? Guys, think about this. This is the muscle that keeps you alive, right? Sure, this is not a very fancy, showy muscle. You cannot flex this muscle to hey, look at my muscle. You cannot flex your heart. But hey, this muscle keeps you alive, right? If this muscle kicks the bucket, if this muscle stops, you die, right? This muscle determines your longevity. How long do you live? It depends on how long this muscle works. So how do you make it work? How do you make it work longer? How do you make sure this thing will beat until you are 80 something? You exercise every day. You exercise every day. You keep yourself active. Okay. Anyway, so your heart is a muscle. So your heart pumps to move blood around your body. Okay. When your heart stops, the blood doesn't move, so you die. Right? It needs to keep pumping. Guys, your heart doesn't stop working. Your heart doesn't stop working. Even if you fall asleep, your heart just beats slower. Right? Your heart doesn't stop beating. Your heart, it will still rest. When you sleep, your heart rests too. But not by not doing anything, but it beats slower. This is how they rest. Right, guys? So this is why I say sleep is very important. Sleep is very important. If you sleep 8 hours per day, per night, okay, whatever. If you sleep 8 hours per night, your heart gets 8 hours of rest. Right? It gets to beat 8 hours slowly. But if let's say you decide to spend your night playing games, you sleep only 4 hours per day, your heart needs to beat 20 hours per day. Right? Your heart gets 4 hours less rest. This is how it fails. Right? This is how it feels. If you constantly, if you long term don't get enough sleep, that's a slowly but surely way to kill yourself. You don't believe me? You can try. You try and sleep 4 hours every day. This is how you die. Right? Anyway, so your heart has 4 chambers. The right atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, the left ventricle. Okay. Anyway, guys, I want you to find an empty space. Okay, I want you to find an empty space. I want you to draw the heart. Okay, I want you to draw the heart. Right, so how do I draw my heart, guys? Find an empty space. This is my page. Okay, shit, I don't know what page is this. This is page 1, I guess. Okay, this is your page 1. Do you have the page number down there? Because mine doesn't have. Okay, shit, I think I forgot to add my page number here. Okay, so anyway, so find an empty space. I have an empty space here. So please draw a heart. How do you draw a heart? Follow my step. Follow my step. First, you draw a square. Okay, first you draw a square. Draw it as big as you can. Draw it as big as you can. Are you guys drawing? Are you guys drawing? Are you guys drawing? Right, and then next, draw a cross in the middle so that this thing becomes a window. Okay. Are you three following? Okay, Gabriel, Carl, and Zhan, are you guys following? Are you guys following? This is how I draw my heart. Okay, so guys, this is my heart. What, sir? Why is your heart square? Right. Why is the heart square? Guys, I swear it will all make sense. Why do I make it square? This is it will make sense. Okay, it will make sense. This is how we make things simple. Right. So you see, your heart has 4 rooms. Your heart has 4 rooms. These are the left rooms. Sorry. These are the right room, and these are the left rooms. Okay, you might say, sir, did you get it in reverse? Right, if you look at your screen, okay, if you look at your screen, please raise your right hand, sorry, your left hand. And if you look at your screen and you look at your left hand, so it doesn't match. Okay, because this side is right on my paper, this side is right, and then this side is left, right? You might say, how does it make sense? Guys, we don't look at your heart this way, we look at your heart this way. Okay, you get what I mean? Okay, look at my screen here. You look at my screen here. Okay, let me change to the pointer real quick. So, can you see this is the right side? Can you see this is the right side? This is my right hand. Okay, and let me change my hand. Okay, this is the left side. This is the left side. This is my left hand. Can you see? Can you see? So I look at my heart this way with the book same direction as mine. And then when you flip it around, things will go reverse. So this is why it looks reverse when you're looking at it, because it's opposite of you. You're looking at your friend's heart. So his right is your left. His left is your right. It's like looking at a mirror, right? So this is the right and left. And then the upper rooms, okay, we have the upper rooms and then we have the lower rooms. So we have names for it as well. So the upper rooms, we call it atrium. Okay, atrium, upper room. And then the lower room, we call it ventricle. Okay. So I think Carl, the one you learned last year was just the wing. So now you learn this in detail. So this is the atrium, the upper room, and ventricle, the lower room. Right. If you say, sir, this is really hard to memorize. Okay, guys, very easy. Can you see atrium starts with an A? And can you see A is like an arrow pointing up? So it's an upper room. It's the upper room. You have arrow pointing up. Atrium. And you have ventricle. There, you see, just nice. Ventricle is like an arrow pointing down. So ventricle is your lower room. Make sense? Make sense? You see? Very easy. So what is this room? Let's name all the 4 rooms. Let's name all the 4 rooms. So what is this room? This is a room that is upper and the right hand side, right? So we call this right atrium. Okay. And then what about this room? What about this room? This is the right hand side room and it's the lower room, which is the ventricle. So this room, we call it right ventricle. Easy, easy. And then please change this to red color. Why? I'll tell you why later. So can you see this room? This room is the left room and it's the upper room. So we call it the left atrium. Change this to red. Okay, I change this to red lah. Why? It will make sense later. And then this lower room, we call it left ventricle. Left ventricle. LV. Right? So let me repeat this again. You have your right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. So these are your 4 rooms. Okay? Guys, you following? Are you guys following? 4 rooms, 4 rooms, these are the 4 basic things you need to know for now. Okay, good. Right, so the next one, since you have 4 rooms here, you need 4 pipes. 4 rooms, 4 pipes. I repeat, when you have 4 rooms, you need 4 pipes. As in pipe, the pipe you use to water your plant with it, the pipes you use to wash your car, right? So we need 4 pipes. So you have 1 pipe for this room. Okay, 1 pipe for the lower room. Okay, let me erase this and erase this. Okay, and then you have 1 pipe for this room. And you have another pipe for this room, the lower room. And let me erase this. Erase this. Okay, so 4 pipes. You see, right atrium. This right atrium has 1 pipe. This left atrium also has 1 pipe. This right ventricle has 1 pipe. This left ventricle has 1 pipe. You might say, sir, why can't this pipe go here? You see, if this pipe goes here, this pipe goes here, isn't it nice? But they don't work this way. Okay, they don't work this way because all the pipe needs to be at the top. Okay, so this is 1 pipe, this is 1 pipe, this is 1 pipe, this is 1 pipe. So we have 4 pipes here. Right, so let's name the pipe. Okay, let's name the pipe. And okay, where do we start? We start here. Okay, we start here. All right, we start here. So okay, let me talk about the blood flow first. Let me talk about the blood flow first. Blood will come from here, go inside here, the first room. Once the first room is full, I go down to the second room. And how do I do that? I have 3 holes here. Okay, I have 3. Can you see these 3 holes here? The blood will fill in here, then it will go down here and start filling in again. Then it will exit here. Okay, and then this blood will exit here. So can you see the blood goes like this? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, fill in the first room, then fill the second room, then go out again. So this is how it flows. So from the left side, they do the same thing. Left side, they do the same thing. So they come in from here. They fill in the top room first. And then they go down to the bottom room. Now here, I have two more holes. 1, 2. I will fill in here. And then when here is full, I go out here again. All right, can you see both sides same direction? Upper, lower, out. Upper, lower, out. So can you see? Same direction for both sides. So this is how it works. Right? So did you learn this, Carl? Did you learn this? Right, so let me name these 4 pipes. So you need to name these 4 pipes. So what's their name? They have special name for it. Right, so the first guy here, we call it vena cava. Right? Vena cava. Okay, before I move on, there are 2 types of pipe you need to know. Can you see the blue color pipe? And can you see the red color pipe? Okay, I want you to take note of this. You have 2 types of blood vessels here. Okay, you have 2 types of blood vessels here. You have artery and you have vein. All right, you have artery and you have vein. So can you see artery is also arrow pointing up? Okay, yes, vein and artery. So the arrow pointing up, artery is when I exit the heart. Did you learn this, Carl? Did you teach how to memorize this? So A is arrow pointing up, so I go out. And then vena, again, is the arrow pointing down. This is going into the heart. Going in. So it's like, you see, atrium up, artery out, vein down, vein in. So it's the same thing. Right? So these two, okay, this is the heart, right? This is the heart, right? So these 2 pipe, we call them artery. Okay, because they exit the heart. And these 2 pipes, we call them vein because they enter the heart. They are going into the heart. So we call them artery. Sorry, we call them vein. Right? So you might say, sir, then why is this called vena cava? Why is it not cava vein? Why is it vena? What language is this? Right, guys, do you know what language is this? Do you know what language is this? Why is this such a weird language? What is the language of vena? Oh, wow. That's very good. How did you know? How did you know? Okay, what language is this? This is the language of Latin. Yes, chemistry also use Latin. Very good. Guys, put it this way. If you go back to those old scientific knowledge, most we use Latin, right? Why Latin, guys? Why Latin? Latin was the first modern language that we use. Right, guys, think about this. Think about this. You know all the Western language, English, German, French, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, they all come from the root of Latin. Latin was the language used during the Roman Empire, right? And Latin was the language of knowledge, right? And it's only spoken by the by the elites. Last time, okay, guys, did you know this? Okay, a little bit of history time. Last time, being able to go to school, is a flex of wealth, right? Nowadays, you flex with BMW, you flex with handbag, you flex with iPhone. Last time they don't. Last time, the way to show that you are very rich is that you go to school because only elites if you are the official of some government, only you have the money to go to school. Only your kids have the money to go to school. So you just have to tell people, you go to school. People will know, wow, this fellow is very rich, right? So what language do they learn in school? They learn Latin. So if you know how to speak Latin last time, it's a sign that you are freaking rich. You have the chance to go to school, right? So this is why they say Latin was the language of knowledge, right? So guys, if you look at your body parts, if you look at your body parts, a lot of body parts, if next time you go study medicine, if you memorize your body parts, most body parts they're named after Latin. Okay, they use Latin to name their body parts. So case in point, your vena cava. All right. Only today we translate them as vein. Last time we call them vena. Right? We call them vena. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Another example. Guys, let me ask you this. Where does a person wear their wedding ring? Next time when you get married, where do you wear your wedding ring? And there's a following one. There's a following one. Okay. Beside middle finger. Okay. So what's that finger called? What's that finger called? Okay, guys. Next time when you wear your wedding ring, according to uh Rome tradition, according to Rome tradition, you have to wear your wedding ring on your ring. This is called a ring finger, and it has to be on your left hand. Left hand ring finger is a must. Okay, why? Why? Okay, so this is a ring finger, right? Okay, let me draw your hand. Okay, so this is your ring finger. This is your ring finger. So why the ring finger? Because last time, the Romans, they believe that there's a vein here. Okay, there's a vein here that goes straight to the heart, and this vein is called vena amoris. Okay, vena amoris. Do you know what's the meaning of amor? Do you know what's the meaning of amor? In Spanish, in Portuguese, in Italian, when they say amor, it means love. All right. So vena amoris, if you translate it, it means the vein of love. Right? So that's why you wear your ring finger here. You wear your ring and your ring finger, not other fingers. So there's a following and there's a belief one. Right? So you see how knowledgeable they are, right? This is like it's like a flex. So next time when people ask you, you know, why do you wear your wedding ring and the ring finger? This is why. All right, so this is called your vena. This is called your vena. Right? So guys, if you learn, do you learn Roman history? Do you learn the Roman Empire in your history? They are such an important empire. They are such an important orbits. They are so important that even today we are still using what they do. Right, guys, do you know our planets are named after Roman gods? All right, they are named after Roman gods. Like Mercury is a Roman god, Mars is a Roman god, Venus is a Roman god, and Roman gods they come from Greek gods. Venus, Venus was used to call Aphrodite. Guys, this is not pronounced as Aphrodite or Aphrodite. It's pronounced as Aphrodite. This is the real Greek pronunciation, right? It's called Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of love. All right. Oh, Neptune. Neptune should be Poseidon, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. Like Mars, you know Mars? Okay. Mars was originally known as Ares. He is the god of war, right? The god of war. Cupid is another flowing. The real goddess of love is Aphrodite, right? And it's called known as Venus. So that's why Venus if you look at Venus, their symbol is a very pretty woman because it's the goddess of love, right? And then same thing, you have Jupiter. You know who is Jupiter? Jupiter was Zeus, right? The god of Mount Olympus, the the leader of gods, right? The god of gods. So it's Jupiter, lah, right? Which is Athena. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, Athena is the twin sister of Ares. Okay, Athena is the goddess of war. Ares is the god of war. Ares is more towards fighting. Athena is more towards knowledge and wisdom. So that's the difference, right, guys? This is just a planet, If you talk about days, okay, let me erase this. If you talk about days, your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those are named after gods as well, but they are borrowed from Norse mythology, right? Like Thursday, okay, Thursday, it was used to call Thor's Day. You know who Thor is, right? Okay, the god of thunder. I mean, if you watch Marvel, right? So Thor's Day. So it's borrowed from that. So the Roman Empire, they borrowed from Norse, okay, which is like Germany, and then they use it. We still use it today, right? Like heck, even the god of months, okay, the months are, okay, the eighth month is called August, right? Because it's named after this guy, which is Augustus Caesar. Okay, Augustus Caesar, one of the most successful emperor during the Roman Empire, also known as Gaius Octavius, right? One of the most successful emperor. That's why we named the month August after him, right? The nephew of Julius Caesar, if you know who Julius Caesar is. Okay. Anyway, so you see, the more you know. That's why, guys, most of the Western culture stuff, they all originated from Roman Empire, right? Yeah, exactly. Pharaoh and Orem, yeah, exactly. So they are named after Latin. So guys, Latin was the language of flexing, was the language to show people, you see, I study one, I'm richer than you, right? So nobody speaks Latin. Guys, if you say, sir, does anyone still speak Latin? No, Latin is a dead language. It's a dead language. Nobody speaks it anymore, right? I mean, we do speak their descendant, okay? We speak Italian, we speak Spanish, we speak Portuguese. They are more or less like that, but real Latin is not there anymore. Okay, so the more you know, okay, the more you know. Right, so this is your Vina Cava. Okay, Vina Cava. And then when it comes, okay, so we start from the Vina Cava, and then this is from the whole body, from the whole body, you collect all your blood, and it comes back to your heart, and it goes to your right atrium. So this is a right atrium, and then it goes down to your right ventricle. After this thing is full, it will exit. So what is this thing called? This is some sort of artery, isn't it? Because artery is going out, man. So this thing, this pipe is called pulmonary artery, right? Pulmonary artery. So what is this word? What is this word? Right, guys? Pulmonary, pulmonary means lungs. Lungs, right? Your lungs. So why is this pipe called pulmonary artery? Because the blood is going to the lungs. Going to the lungs for what? To get oxygen, to throw carbon dioxide, to do gaseous exchange, to change their gas. Okay, you learn this for now, okay, it will make sense. So this is going to the lungs, right? So pulmonary artery. So you can say that, guys, you can say that COVID-19 is a pulmonary disease. What does it mean? It's a lung disease, right? It's a pulmonary disease, it's a lung disease, because that's when your lung gets infected, right? So that's your pulmonary artery. And then they go to the lungs, they come back from here. They come back from here. You always enter from here, you always enter from here. So this is coming back from the lung, right? And it's entering the heart, right? Can you guess what is it called? Can you guess what is it called? It's from the lung. So we use the word pulmonary. And it's going into the heart. Into the heart. So we call it vein. So it's your pulmonary vein. Okay, pulmonary vein. And then the same thing will happen. It will go into your left atrium, fill up, go excuse me, and it goes to your left ventricle, fill up, and it exits here. So this one is also some kind of artery, isn't it? Some kind of artery, isn't it? So this one, we actually call it aorta. Aorta. It's a special artery. That's why we call it this aorta. So where is it going to? This is going to the whole body. This is going to the whole body. Then it comes back. Okay? Whole body, and it comes back. So this is your aorta. So these are our 4 pipes. You have your vena cava, you have your pulmonary artery, you have your pulmonary vein, you have your aorta. Okay, guys, are you okay? Are you okay? Gabriel and Zihan, are you guys okay? Are you guys absorbing? This is a little bit challenging, but actually you have to learn lungs first. I don't know why Cambridge they put it this way. You actually have to learn lungs first. Only you learn the heart. But now we are doing it in reverse. Now you're learning the heart, and then next chapter you're learning the lungs. Which is good. Okay lah, good also lah. You're learning the difficult part first, and then you learn the easy part later. So this is your pulmonary artery. It's going to your lungs. This is your pulmonary vein. Is coming back from the lungs. Aorta is going to your body, and then you come back from the body to your vena cava. Right. So yeah, they are buddies. Yes, exactly. So can you see how does your heart work? Your heart will pump blood to the lungs to take oxygen, right? And then your heart will pump your blood out to your body cells. Okay, these are your body cells to give oxygen. So can you see there are 2 cycles here? One cycle is to go take oxygen. One cycle is to go give oxygen. Right? So if you put it this way, your blood is like your Shopee delivery truck. Shopee delivery truck. I now go to the headquarter to get your parcel first. The lung is your headquarter. I go headquarter to get parcel. And then I go to your house. This is you. I give your parcel to you. Then I go back to my headquarter. Okay, you get what I mean? So this is the headquarter. I go get parcel from the seller. I go give parcel to you. So get parcel, give parcel, get parcel, give parcel. So you keep doing this, right? Cardiac arrest. Okay, so cardiac arrest is when your whole heart stops working. Your whole heart stops working. And cardiac arrest, okay, guys, do not confuse heart attack and cardiac arrest. They are not the same. Okay, since you asked, I'll let you know. Right, heart attack is when your heart there's a blood vessel that gets blocked. Right, can you see this is your heart? Can you see this big blood vessel? This is what we call the, okay, hang on, I'll change color. Okay, this thing is called your coronary artery. If this thing gets blocked, if there's a blood clot, you know what's a blood clot? Sometimes when you bleed, you get blood clot here, right? If the blood clot gets stuck here, this is what we call a heart attack, right? If this thing gets blocked, you will get a heart attack. Or in medical term, they don't call it heart attack, they call it myocardial infarction. Fancy word lah, but heart attack lah. So when your heart gets heart attack, this thing is blocked, right? This thing is blocked, right? So the bottom part here, all cannot get oxygen. All cannot get oxygen. Like I said, if your cell don't get oxygen for a few minutes, it will start dying, right? So as this part starts dying, your whole heart starts dying, your heart will stop pumping. When your heart stops pumping, that is what we call cardiac arrest. Right? So to put it simply, guys, to put it simply, technically speaking, everyone dies because of cardiac arrest. Right? Right? Because you die when the heart stops, right? So technically speaking, all deaths are caused by cardiac arrest. Right? So many people, they confuse between these two. They are different. Heart attack is the blockage of the heart. Cardiac arrest is when your heart stops pumping. So when your heart stops pumping, you die lah. Okay, so the whole heart will stop pumping. Not just any side of the heart. But if you really must ask, usually it's the left side that is important. Can you see? Right. You realize why I asked you to change color? You see, the right hand side is all blue, right? Why? Because it's all deoxygenated blood. What does it mean by deoxygenated? That means the side has no oxygen. This heart here, this side here has no oxygen. So why do we use blue? Is our blood really blue? Okay, there are some books they tell you, some people, they tell you this stupid thing. They say, oh, this side of the blood is blue. Guys, your blood will never be blue. In fact, this side of the heart, the blood is dark red. Okay, it's dark red. And then this side, why is it red color? Because this side is oxygenated blood. Because I go to the lungs, right? What do I do there? I get oxygen. So when I return, this side is full of oxygen. Okay, this side is full of oxygen. So we call it oxygenated blood. And why is it in red? Because this part is in bright red color. Let me show you something. Deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood. Okay. You look at the color, you will know. There. Can you see? Deoxygenated blood is dark red, close to maroon, and oxygenated is like bright red color. See, that's the difference. That's why we use blue and red. You might say, sir, why don't we use dark red and bright red? Because if this diagram is bright red and dark red, it's very hard for you to see. That's why they put blue and red instead. Now you can easily tell. You can easily tell, oh, this side is deoxygenated. Oh, this side is oxygenated. So now you know. Okay, so guys, the point for today, I want you to remember is you have 4 rooms in your heart. 4 rooms. We don't call it rooms, we call it chambers, but chamber room, same thing. So you have 4 rooms, 4 chamber, and you have 1 pipe, 1 vessel for each room. So you have 4 vessels. And you need to know the direction of the blood, So can you see why I asked you to draw your heart in square? Because now when you go back up, so now you understand, right? You understand, right? So can you know what room is this? This is a right atrium. What room is this? This is a right ventricle. What room is this? This is a left atrium. And what room is this? This is a left ventricle. So these are your 4 rooms. Okay, easy. So what are the 4 pipes? You have your vena cava coming in here. And then coming down, you see it goes back up, right? Right, it goes back up, right? So what is this pipe called? This is your pulmonary artery. Why is it called pulmonary? Because it's going to your lungs, right? Pulmonary disease. Pneumonia is pulmonary disease. Asthma is a pulmonary disease because it's something to do with your lungs, right? So I go to the lung. See, 2 lungs. You see that? And then when it comes back, see here, from lungs. So what is this pipe called? This is called pulmonary vein because it's going in, vein, going out, artery. and then it fills this room, goes down, comes back up, and this pipe is called aorta. So 4 rooms, 4 pipes. Easy? Easy peasy, right? And this is the right side, no oxygen, deoxygenated blood. And this is the left side, red color, oxygenated blood. There you go. Right? And then there are some remaining parts, sir. You might say, sir, what is this valve here? Do you know what is a valve? Do you know what is a valve? This valve, okay, if you want, you can write it down. Is it mentioned here? Okay, there. It's here. The valves prevent blood from flowing backward. That means this valve only ensure the blood will go down. The blood cannot go back up. Okay, when the blood wants to go back, this valve will close. Same thing, when I go out, can you see a valve here? When I want to turn back, the valve will close. Right? I cannot have my blood flow back. I need my blood to go one way. One way, one way. I cannot let my blood go reverse. Okay? You might say, why cannot let, sir? Because you see, if blood goes straight and blood turns back, blood and blood will crash together. If blood and blood crash together, blood will start clotting. Sorry, there's a mosquito here. Okay. Okay, blood will start clotting. So when blood starts clotting, you will die. You will die. So this valve is very, very important to stop the blood from going backward. Okay. Okay, guys, let me ask you something. When you close your ear, can you hear your heartbeat? Can you hear your heartbeat? So how is the sound made? Where is the sound from? Why do you hear that? Okay, you hear the loop, 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 loop. You can't feel a pulse on your neck. You press it harder, maybe go on. Okay, so that loop loop sound, where is it from? Where is it from? How do you get that loop loop sound? Good question, isn't it? Have you ever asked yourself this? Where did you get the sound? Okay, guys, many students tell me, sir, of course the sound is from muscle. Because heart is a muscle, right? When heart moves, it produces that loop loop sound. No, muscle do not make sound, right? Because according to this logic, when I start lifting weight, do I hear loop loop from my arm? No. Muscle, when they move, they don't make a sound, right? But this loop loop sound comes from the closing of your valve, right? When it goes loop 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 loop, the loop loop sound is the closing of the valve because the heart pumps so strongly that when the valve shuts, the valve will kind of hit each other. When they hit, you hear the loop loop sound, right? Okay, very very hard to imagine what a valve looks like, isn't it? Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Okay, this is how your valve looks like. Can you see? Can you see it's like a flower petal, right? Can you imagine the thing open? This is a closed valve. This valve is closed right now. So can you imagine when they open? When they open, blood can flow through. When they close, blood cannot flow through. This is how a valve looks like. You might say, sir, why are there green stuff around it? This is what we call a valve replacement surgery. If your heart has a leaky valve, if the valve you are born with a defective valve, you can go surgery and replace it. Okay, big surgery. This is a big surgery, risky surgery as well, because they have to stop your heart. Okay, they have to stop your heart. They have to change this thing, and they have to restart your heart again. So technically speaking, you are dead for a few hours. They have to stop your heart for a few hours so that they can do whatever they want to do, so that they can, change whatever that's broken in your heart. Scary, huh? Scary, huh? And this is how your heart looks like when it pumps. Okay, well, let me are there. Okay. Look at the intensity of the heartbeat. Look at the intensity of the heart muscle. Can you see how hard it pumps? Can you see the whole thing just jerks? This is how strong your heart is. All right. Yes, would I within 8 minutes? Yeah, that's why you need to. Okay, guys, do you know what is the CPR? Do you know what is the CPR? When someone's heart is not working, when someone's lungs stopped working, you have to do CPR. So what is CPR? CPR is when you manually pump a heart for a person. Like, all right, okay, let's say now I fainted, my heart is not pumping, I'm dead, right? I'm dead, right? So to wait for the ambulance to come, you have to stop me from dying. So what do? You have to pump my chest. You have to keep pumping my heart. You have to pump my heart manually so that the blood keeps flowing so that I don't die. You are basically pulling the person's life away from the Grim Reaper, if you believe in the Grim Reaper. So you're stopping the Grim Reaper from taking away his life, right? So that's why CPR has two parts. You have the chest compression and you have the mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. You have to do two, right? You have to help the person breathe. You have to press the chest for the person because the person's heart stopped pumping, right? For some reason, maybe he got electric shock, he was in a heart attack, he got stroke or something. You have to pump the heart to keep the heart pumping. All right, so this is my take-home point for today. You need to go home and memorize this, because next week I will explain how everything works. I will explain in detail how everything works. So this is what you need to know today. All right, so guys, have you copied this diagram? Have you copied this diagram? So Kyle, this is a little bit more challenging compared to last year, right? I mean, sooner or later you have to learn this in year 10 also, so might as well you learn it now, right? Okay, so guys, that's it from me today. You have a chemistry? Yeah, sure. What do you want to ask? Go ahead. You're learning chemistry right now? Can you use my? Yeah, sure. Let me put my volume up. I'm not sure if I can hear you. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is because I have a chemical equation, I just want to make sure because CaCO3 plus H2SO4 is calcium carbonate plus sulfuric acid, right?
H2SO4.
Yeah, H2SO4.
Okay.
So if I want to, if the reaction comes out, it will be CaSO4 plus H2O plus CO2, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then the question is Na2CO3 plus blank produce 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. So because it's lack of acid, so my answer is hydrochloric acid HCl, is it correct?
Wait, come again. NaCO3 plus
Na2CO3 plus blank produces 2NaCl plus
2
H2O plus
NaCl
CO2.
plus
H2O plus CO2.
CO2. Okay, then okay.
My answer is hydrochloric acid. Is it HCl? Is it
Yeah, I think
correct?
it's hydrochloric acid. Yes, correct. Correct. That will
Okay,
be
then
hydrochloric
I'm good.
acid. Wow, we are learning this right now
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I
So
was
fast.
I was thinking of this is like the easy one because I actually messed up H2SO4 and HNO3, I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Nitric acid.
If you need, I'll explain to you next week if you want. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay,
because
thank you.
my time is almost up, I have to rush to another class already. Okay. So do you have any question else?
Okay, thank you. No more.
Okay. So I'll see you next week lah. So guys, I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good Monday. See you. Bye bye. Good night.